Howdy, Redesert Boy here. Hey, I've been doing this series on EDCs for me personally. Remember, these are just my thoughts and opinions. You know, I'm a hobbyist and enthusiast, and you know, you need to do your own research, your own experts, talk to them and find out what works best for you. You need to follow your local, state, and federal firearms laws, you know, licensing, carry laws, CCWs, training, whatever you need to do. So with that out of the way, let's talk for a minute about these couple of firearms here. And what this is, these are like the EDCs that didn't make it, okay? Now I may think about even selling or trading these guns because they didn't fit the purpose that I wanted them to. And so sometimes when I talk about things like EDC, I look at purpose and practicality, right? Simplicity and shootability, and of course comfort and concealability. Now, this is a 357 Magnum, and this is an L frame. It's a 686 Performance Center, 2.5 inch barrel, 7 shots. We'll check and show that it's unloaded, right? And it just happens that here I have it in a Hunter holster. This is not the best holster for it. It's the best holster I could find. I probably need to spend maybe about $150 to $200 for a holster for it. I've been looking at Simply Rugged or darn it, Andrew's Custom Holsters, I think it is. So let's also check this is a Dan Wesson Guardian in 45 ACP. Okay, it has no magazine in it, you can see here. And it's a little stiff still. It's not really broke in all the way. I never really finished breaking this gun in. So both of them probably have, this one's maybe got 200 or so rounds through it. That one maybe 250 or 300. They're still really like new. So let's talk about purpose and practicality. Well, and then we'll talk about these holsters. That's a Hunter holster. These are both Blackhawk holsters. You can see one of them's inside the waistband without a thumb clip, and this one here is outside the waistband. And so I did find holster for this one. This one not so much. I would have had to probably get one made. Do I like shooting both guns? Well, to tell you the truth, I really like shooting this gun. This gun shoots very well. I don't have any real complaints about that. It's accurate. It handles the ammunition. I did buy a pair of Hogue grips for it because these darn it, I'm gonna Altamont grips that come on it. If you fire too many rounds, especially powerful ones or 357s, it starts getting you start getting a little blister. It has adjustable sights with a red ramp. It's a smooth cylinder, as you can see, an unfluted cylinder. And so what are the specs on these? This one here, it shoots very well. Does it shoot very well for me? And we'll talk about that under the shootability here in a minute. So I bought them both with the idea of EDC. I thought, well, if I can have a full-size snub nose, right, then I won't have to worry about 357 loads if I want to carry them. The only thing is this is an enormous gun, even for somebody my size. Like I said, I'm about 265 and 6'2". And then finding a holster for it, you probably really have to work on finding exactly the right holster for to carry it. This holster works fine. This is a good holster. The only thing is, of course, you'd be carrying it cocked and locked without a thumb brake, and you'd have to decide whether or not you wanted to do that. And that's something still working over my mind. It does have a manual safety and a grip safety. This, of course, is a revolver, so it's a double action, single action. This is a single action only. This one here has an overall length of about 8 inches. This one's about 7.5 inches. This is a 2.5 inch barrel. This one here has a 4.25 inch barrel. It's about an inch, 1.45 inches wide. This one here, I don't have the dimensions on it right handy. I guess it's probably close to 1.4 or 5 inches wide at the cylinder, right? This one here is a height of 5.5 inches. And I would say this one here is, right in that ballpark, if not a little bit more. This one weighs 34.1 ounces. This one here is where it really shines. It's 28.5 ounces. Why? Because this is an alloy frame and a steel slide, so you lose some weight there. Plus it has the bobbed mainspring housing, so that makes it kind of nice for concealed carry because there's less edges for things to catch on. Everything's pretty well, it's got more of a Novak style sights, and it has night sights. It's got a nice, it's very nice the way that they've done this in here, as far as the whole grip and everything. Very nice trigger in it. Well-made gun. I always wanted the C-Bob, which is actually the steel version, but I settled for this. Grips are fine. Maybe it would be nice to put some different grips on it, but anyway. So, for the purpose of EDC, they seem like they'd be the right choice, especially this commander-sized, more commander-sized 1911 and a stub nose. Okay, in the end, did that work out to be be practical? This, as I said, it is a very practical gun. It's handy if you're using it in chest holster, if you went fishing a lot in the woods and things. That was one of the reasons why I was interested in it. Originally, I actually was going to get either a 3-inch or a 4-inch 357. Probably should have stuck to my original purpose, because as much as it's fine shooting and everything, I feel like the balance for me when I'm carrying it is better with a 4-inch, because the longer barrel kind of offsets it when you have it in the holster. That's my opinion. This one is fine as far as that goes. So for, practicality and purpose, yep, they can meet that purpose. You have to be happy with, this can hold 8 rounds, 7 or 8 rounds, unless you have an extended mag. This can hold 7 rounds, so you get a little bit more than a standard revolver, definitely a couple more than a J-frame or a Ruger LCR. So that part's good. Simplicity, this is a revolver, fairly simple. This is a 1911 single action only, so you have to take the time with either one of them to learn to train and operate them safely, but especially with these 1911s, it's not a gun for everybody, as is a large revolver like this. As far as shootability, this one shoots very well. This one, it shoots well, but I would say that for me, the shootability, I'm still working on mastering the trigger. I probably need to put about 500 or 1,000 rounds through it. And of course, with the ammo situation being what it was during the pandemic, it was hard to get that amount of ammo, just like with the 357, which is what I originally wanted to carry in here. But 38 plus P38s, they would work fine too. So I'd say in the purpose part of it, it didn't quite make it for this one because it's a little bit oversized. In the shootability for it, for me, it's not quite making it for this one. I don't mind, the simplicity is not an issue, or the practicality of either one of them. But now when we get to the comfort and the concealability, this is a bear to conceal, okay? It's, if you make the grips too much shorter, it starts becoming, I'd say, not as balanced, right? And so any grips you put on there, and if you put hogs on there, they're going to want to try to grip to the clothing more, in my opinion. So I would say comfort-wise, not comfortable. This one here is okay. I probably would try for a better holster, a really nice one, from TT Custom Gun Leather or something like that, if I was really going to keep this one. But I think I probably will not. So let's talk about, finally in the end, why these didn't make it for us. Even though this is a concealable one, this one's maybe would appear to be, for me, just too big. It's too big for the purpose. Intended purpose was concealability. If I'm going to have a gun this big, I might as well go and get a 4-inch one and just wear it outside the waistband, or buy a really robust, well-made inside the waistband holster for it for the days I'm willing to carry it. This one here is just shootability. For me and this gun are not coming together. Sometimes that happens with the gun. Once again, if you can't shoot a gun well, if you're not comfortable with it, it's got a really nice trigger, maybe too nice of a trigger for me. You're not going to shoot it, you're not going to carry it, and of course until you get it broke in and you're comfortable with it and you retain the level of accuracy and comfort with it, you shouldn't be, in my opinion, for me, I'm not going to carry that gun on any kind of regular basis or anything till I reach that point, and it's just not happening. So yes, I will probably get rid of these two. These are beautiful firearms. Once again, let me just pull them out of here for a minute so you can take a look at them. They're great firearms. Decent holster here. That one still was lonely for a holster. Nicely made, but maybe just not for me. So this is one of those cases where the EDC, it didn't meet the specs for me. For you, you might get one of these. Say, man, perfect carry gun for me. Maybe you would rather carry it a different way. I carry strong side, so you know I'm not a person that's going to carry it. Like once again, I said I don't do appendix, and those other ones, cross draw and shoulder holster and all that. They all have their own safety issues, safety training that you have to do, be proficient at in trying to do that. So price, both of them are over the $1,000 range. This one here by a lot more than this one, several $100s. So very expensive, but very nice firearms, no doubt about it. So Sweet Desert Boy always says, you know, for me this isn't going to work out, but hey, maybe I'll find a different one. Maybe I'll find another, maybe even a Ruger, maybe even a Taurus, who knows? Maybe a Smith & Wesson 640, which is a stainless J-frame. Maybe a different Dan Wesson, maybe just another Springfield Armory that's a smaller one, commander size. I don't know. I like Springfields a lot. So, Sweet Desert Boy always says, be safe out there, whatever you're doing. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye now.